So, what did you see inside there today?
They denied and witness the conditions of those that are being detained by the federal government at Adelanto. They had me waiting for an hour until they finally got an ICE agent on the phone who read me a script and basically described the process of requiring at least 7-day notice through a specific email, and informed them that on January 20th I sent that email, and on January 26th I repeated and resent that email informing them of my arrival today in compliance with their 7-day notification. They then informed me that if I did not receive a reply, then I did not have consent to come inside. That is a complete violation of the law. It's a complete violation and contrary to the intent of Section 527 of the Consolidation Appropriation Act of 2019 that prohibits any congressional appropriated funds from denying members of Congress from entering facilities planned by DHS or any third-party contractors to do observation and oversight on those facilities. They did not send me a response that they got my email, so they're using that as an excuse not to let me in. So that means now that we can comply and they can pick and choose who is able to come in and ignore others and ignore the law and not allow me to come in. So whether I give them 7 days, 8 days, 30 days, 4 months in advance notice, if they choose to willfully ignore the email, then they are saying they can purposely, permanently deny me my entrance and my right to go in and provide oversight on the funds that Congress have allocated to DHS. And what is concerning is that if they are willing to publicly murder and mistreat U.S. citizens out in the streets in Minneapolis and in our communities, then what are they doing to non-criminal immigrants who are detained behind closed doors? And that is why we need to have oversight. That's why we need to investigate, because there's been reports of negligence, there's been reports of unsanitary conditions. You have individuals with chronic health conditions that are not allowed their medications, and we have seen experienced and read reports of over 30 deaths in ICE detention centers in the past year, 26 involving CBP detention areas, making it the deadliest year in over a couple of decades for ICE. And as we're seeing the increased brutality of these violent mass raids on immigrants and the violent killings of U.S. citizen observers, then I am concerned that the treatments and the abuse is also happening inside the facilities. I am working on introducing the humanitarian standards for individuals in ICE and CBP Custody Act that will provide the standards to prevent death and to protect human dignity for individuals who are under the responsibility and detention of ICE and CBP. And this is part of my role as a member of Congress to observe, investigate, that will help inform legislation to help prevent deaths and protect human dignity of those that are detained by ICE and CBP.
What's the next step for you to fight this illegal stonewalling?
Well, I am part of a group of members who have sued the Trump administration for denying us our right and violating Section 527 of the Consolidation Appropriations Act. We have won a stay in December 17th. For a 7-day requirement, and so now we are resubmitting a complaint with updates on the recent change, and that was secretly submitted of installing another 7-day in the U.S. federal courts.
There's a lot of what ifs today. Last time you were also denied. So tell us about why it was important for you to come back and for your constituents.
Well, we have been continuing to hear reports of people receiving water, people overcrowded conditions, and the lack of the ability to shower and receiving hygiene products. So I wanted to come and observe to help inform the law that I will be introducing that will provide and codify humanitarian standards for individuals in ICE and CBP custody in order to prevent death and to protect human dignity. We have already seen death from abuse, death from medical conditions that were not treated adequately or with the sense of urgency, like the gentleman who died in Indio JFK Hospital after he had repeatedly informed the individuals that he was having chest pain. His family called with concerns, and he died days later. And so that is what we need to observe, we need to investigate, so that we can write the appropriate laws to prevent death and to protect human dignity.
Any comment on Bovino?
You know, I have called for an independent investigation on the killings of Renee Good and Alex Peretti in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Not only of those who were impersonated and abetted, but those who encouraged these type of tactics and violence under Bovino's leadership, and that investigation should be made transparent by an independent agency, because we have seen this administration murder, then slander, and create lies in order to move their propaganda.